Ahoy, test subjects. This be Captain Jeff of channel Pirate Captain Jeff. Arr. And welcome to a special edition of Aperture Gaming, Pirated Edition. Arr. Why be I here? Well, after they let me borrow one of their jackets, they said they needed me to come in to review Skull and Bones. Arr. As you can see from the packaging, I got the premium edition, so I got to try. So for 3 days prior to its release, I got to try before you buy. Arr. So how does this game hand up? Well, let's set sail and see the review, shall we? Arr.
Series.
This game they first started working on in 2013 because they wanted it to be a spin-off from Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flags. But it wasn't until 2017 that it was officially announced as a standalone title. So yeah, it is not a sequel, prequel, or in-between-quel. Arr.
Team.
This game was produced and developed by Ubisoft. And from the opening intro sequence, it was Ubisoft. They had studios all around the globe working on this fine project.
Plot.
Like many fine games involving piracy, you start off working as just a lowly sailor deckhand. But this game takes place in the late 17th century, the year 1695. The location being the Indian Ocean, in between India and Africa. After the company sinks your vessel that you be sailing on, you vow to become a pirate captain and become the best captain, the king of the pirates. Arr. You meet up in Satan and you meet the local pirate lord there. There you work hard to get a ship. You build your ship, you build your crew, you build your infamy to become the king of the pirates and take on anyone and anything that dares look at you sideways.
Gameplay controls.
The controls be, first, you customize what your character looks like. Then you customize what your fine vessel looks like. Then you customize what weapons and armor it comes with. And then you go through, you do missions. You have to get mission. You have the main quest missions, you have some side missions, and you have some timed missions that have to be done within a certain period of time, or it expires. Arr. As you sail around, you can fight anyone and anything. You can fight rival pirates. You can fight different pirate factions. You can fight the company. The company being, like the East Indian Trading Company of sorts. Yeah. So in my Explore, you also. The game also gets some element, aside from it being the sailing elements of Assassin's Creed, it has elements of Sid Meier's Pirates. Like you'll see an area, you can say, oh, I need to harvest this wood here, or I can harvest these coconuts, or mine this object here. Like, there's some areas where you can get out and walk around, disembark from your vessel, but there's other areas where like you have to sail up to the location to interact with it, but you don't physically leave your vessel.
Graphics.
This game be coming out on the PS5. That's what I reviewed it for. The graphics look amazing. Aside from your character, the details of the environment, the people that you interact with, the vessels, everything looks really good. Very top tier. They put a lot of effort into this, which kind of explains why it took so long to come out, because very good graphical details.
Audio.
The audio is good. You got the sailing of the ships. You got music from when you're walking around, music from when you're sailing, and music from when you're in combat. And speaking of music, the return of sea shanties. Yeah, so the sound definitely plays an important part in this game, and it is all very good.
Multiplayer.
This game, you play it online. Now, you can play solo, but it is, in fact, a multiplayer game. You do interact with other players online, and they can invite you to join groups, or you invite them to join your group, and so it's not just you and on your ship, you have multiple ships. This way it might help with some combat situations. So yes, it is in fact a multiplayer game.
DLC.
Yes, there be DLC for this game. When I got this game, since I was the special edition, there was a code inside to download some special items. These items and there's also in-game stuff that you get. By doing stuff, you can unlock, get in-game currency, so you can buy cosmetic stuff, or weapons, or armor, things that help you progress in the game. So yes, there is DLC, and there be good odds that there will be more DLC, as there is the ones now.
Issues.
Alright, there'd be two types of issues with this game. Some technical stuff and gameplay stuff. Alright, the technical stuff. Now, when I was doing the playing for this, I only got booted from the game once. I disembarked on some place and then the game kicked me out for some reason. I'm trying to figure out if this is just because it was the 3 days prior before it went open up to everybody. Hopefully that'll get patched up soon. Secondly, in terms of graphics, when I was sailing along in two areas, I saw this one area that looked rainbow patternish. I was like, oh, coral reef. It was not. It was actually above the water. It was a patch of ground that had some weird color distortion thing before it instantly snapped into being the rockin' tones of the jagged rock line. So, hopefully that'll probably be fixed in a patch update or so. Now, unfortunately for gameplay, there be a few problems. For starters, okay, this is a bit of a list, so here we go. There's no sword play and there's no gun play, so yeah. I have to do some comparisons of what Black Flag had and what this one has not. Yeah, so there's none of that. There's no sword play and gun play, it's basically ship, it's all ship combat. You can't collect shanties. And as for the shanties, you can't turn them on and off at will. I was sailing around, I was like, okay, where be the shanties? Why don't I hear anything? And then the shanties finally kicked in. There's no switch for that. Also, the reason why I mentioned the sword and gunplay is because when you fight a ship, when it gets health low enough, you can hit the board button. And that's the thing, you just hit the button and it automatically happens. You don't get to partake in the boarding party to try to raid that ship. There'd be a Sid Meier thing where, you get to send your crew to raid a town, but you don't get to do that. You have to be on the ship and fight off other ships. That kind of works. It's like, I would have liked to, partake with the town raiding. Now, after you raid the ship, you get a cutscene that shows you opening the chest to see the contents inside, but everything is blocked by visuals. You don't really get to see it because it shows, oh, what you picked up. So I kind of see that, but it's like I'd like to, see the cutscene, kind of like what we got to see in the actual game. You don't get to recruit people from the sea. You get to pick up the flotsam and jetsam, but you don't get to pick up people. So there be that. Yeah. So, and like I said, there are some areas where you can't disembark from your ship and just swim in the water. You have to disembark at a specifically designated dock. Like I said, you can't go pick up the stuff from the trees. You have to mine it from the ship and do like the little mini game to select at the right time when you're in the green spot to get the most stuff. So yeah, in an effort to be making this game available to more, there's stuff that is less from its predecessor. So yeah, there's some stuff that got taken out for it to be available to access for everyone.
Buy, rent, or pass.
Yeah, so despite me saying all the stuff that isn't in the game, it is enjoyable. I've had fun playing it. I look forward to playing it some more and seeing where everything goes. And just trying to advance further along the story. So I'd say this game is a definitive buy.
Overall score.
Alright, yes. I am fully aware that I did rag on what the game doesn't have. Like I said, I would have liked to have raided the town, because I know there was one area in Sid Meier's Pirates where you could sneak into town after firing on it. So yeah, you do a bunch of combat against other ships and town locations. But yeah, I would have liked to have seen sword play. I would have liked to have done gunplay. I would have liked to basically, see, since Assassin's Creed Black Flag came out, after that there were multiple games that had sailing elements and collecting sea shanties and upgrading your seafaring vessel. So it would have been nice to see some of that stuff reincorporated back into this game. I mean, we do get some cosmetic stuff and some stuff be, for offensive and defensive capabilities. But yeah, it seems like we lost a little bit. I'm not saying the game is bad, I'm just saying I missed some stuff. Look, if you've never played Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flags, then I guess you really don't have anything to compare it to. But if you did play its predecessor back in 2013, about 11 years ago, then technically you're like, okay, why can't I do this in the game? Maybe it'll get updated later on. Maybe some of the stuff will be put in, like, turning on and off the shanties or shanty collecting. But the game, like I said, it is fun. I just miss I guess the problem is comparing it to Black Flag, but I give Ubisoft's Skull and Bones an 8.5 out of 10. Yeah. It's enjoyable, but like I said, just wish there was some other stuff in there. But hey, I guess to make it a bit, like I said, to make it available to all, some stuff had to be taken out. Or changed or altered. Anyway, well, that's all the time they would allow me to be in here. I guess they'd be afraid that I'd be pirating off with some of their stuff. And I do intend to do that. Alright. Until next time, thank you for watching. As I said, I'd be giving it an 8.5 out of 10. And this has been Captain Jeff reviewing for Aperture Gaming. Until next time, thank you for watching. Game on. Arr.